Ciao ragazzi, hi guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing very well. Welcome to my channel, Zamo, Big Z and the sign, just in case, just to make it clear. Every Sunday we talk fashion, we review props, we talk design, it's always a good time. And today we're gonna talk about the upcoming Stone Island x Dior collaboration that was announced in May, and then it's gonna be available next week Friday, so like the 14th of July in Dior stores in Milano. So it's about to drop and be physically available. I absolutely have mega interest in this collection and I think we should talk about it. So in this video we're gonna review the pieces, we're gonna look at the big history. I was able actually to have some previews and anticipation shots and behind the scenes. So I'm also gonna discuss that and how, this Kim Jones blends into like the Massimo Osti and the Christian Dior legacy. Grab your own coffee. Today I have a beautiful green mug. Let's sip our coffee together, fasten our seatbelt, and let's talk Stone Island and Dior. By the way, if you're not subscribed, don't forget to follow, like, subscribe. It really helps a lot. Come on, look at this beautiful Stone Island 1996 Scuba. I clearly know what I'm talking about. Stone Island x Dior collaboration came an absolute surprise and it was announced in May on the Instagram profiles of Dior and Stone Island. This was done publishing a picture of the creative director of Dior, Kim Jones, wearing a Dior x Stone Island leather jacket. Price for everyone. It's really stunning. You see like this beautiful leather bomber jacket with like the Dior stitch logo and a silk Stone Island badge. So it was really beautiful. Right away it was clear the collection is really extensive. It includes 76 pieces and ranges from prices in between 300 euros for the cheapest thing, which is the keychain, which probably you and me both we will be able to afford, up to 70,000 euros, which are like some of the more intricate labels. Looking at the story, you can really see how this collection is inspired by the Massimo Osti legacy. So I'm really looking forward to reviewing it together, guys. That's what we're gonna do in the core of the video. Then we're just gonna talk pieces, we're gonna talk details, and we're gonna just find some of my favorites. I personally love Stone Island. It's my favorite brand. I've been a fan of Stone Island since 2012. That coincided with the 30-year anniversary that was done in Leopolda in Firenze, celebrating the 30 year of innovation, of history, of the past. It really struck me as a younger self. And I've seen how Stone Island has been changed from like, the Paninari brand in the 1980s to like the football hooligan brands in the 1990s, 2000 to then something different. I would say there has been a couple of watershedy moments. The first one was the start of their collaboration with Supreme. That has come with multiple iteration and that really put the brand on the map and opened the market for the US, especially US and Japan. This also coincided with the first opening of Stone Island stores in Los Angeles, in New York, in Miami, and so like the brand going global. There's of course was a consolidation, and the confirmation that the brand was expanding its scope and going into a different direction from the future. The second step was the fact that the company, who has been owned by the Rivetti family for like, let's say 20 years, since like the end of the 80s, beginning of the 1990s, before co-owned with Massimo Osti, and then from 1996 exclusively. The company in 2022 has been sold to the Moncler group. That means that, of course, the Rivetti family is not at the helm anymore, but Stone Island as a brand is part of a bigger conglomerate which has different goals and is more focused on luxury. Prices have been increasing, commercial ties have been cut by the brand. That means that Stone Island is way less wholesaler. The brand is really trying to get control, and this is another step in that direction. The CEO of Stone Island, which is of course a Moncler man, said that the goal of this collaboration is to expand even further the reach of Stone Island and expand it towards the Dior consumer, and this is pretty clear. Of course, prices are gonna be Dior prices. We're gonna talk about this. The overall idea is to expand the reach and make the brand global. I think that their decision was that one of keeping the brand relevant, and how do you keep your brand relevant, different times and different trends. One of the direction you can go to is make it super luxury. Stone Island has increased their price of around 20% in a span of 5 to 7 years, and so we can really see that clearly. A little bit of the backstory. We know that Kim Jones is a huge fan of Massimo Osti, as always has been, and so of course he was a big pushing factor, deciding factor into this collaboration, as it was for the Jordan x Dior collaboration. Looking at the collection itself, you can really see there is a huge focus on chromacity, use of color. You can see color wheels schemes inserted in all the photos. It's really well curated, and we can see with such an extensive look, you can have a really plethora of different elements from shoes to mitts, jackets, and so on and so forth. Let's review the collection and let's talk archive, let's talk present, and let's talk favorite. So guys, I'm gonna drink this coffee and then I'm gonna start looking at my MacBook. MacBook's here, so if I'm not looking at you and your beautiful pearly eyes, it's because I'm looking at the photos. Don't feel left out. If we're talking jackets, we can really see how they came all the way out with this beautiful version of, let's say, a David TC material. You can also see the presence of mitts, you know, that again is a classic thing from Stone Island from the 1980s. Bright color, can be this yellow, contrasting with this black. Bright color, which indicates one of the most interesting and more positive points of this collaboration, which is the fact that this collaboration really is a connection to Stone Island, how Massimo Osti intended it. Because if we're looking back, we have to understand that both CP Company and Stone Island, at the beginning, I was lucky enough to go visit the archive in Bologna, were fun brands. The purpose of Massimo Osti was to have fun, to create. Reflective, the Reactives, the Marinas was a fun brand. The brand then emigrated towards the late 90s, early 2000s with Port Harvey and his military approach. Of course, time changed, economy changed, but we never have to forget that Stone Island CP Company were fun brands. So this collection really has extrovert, experimental, fun twist to it, and we can really see in this yellow jacket. Then if we keep on further, we see how there is a play again on the classic field jacket, set of pockets. As I mentioned before, the Stone Island badge is made with silk, so there is an elevation and the Dior logo is stitched following your preferences. You can see here that, for example, the leather pouches and knee pads, who have been, you know, a classic from the past, have been repurposed in a frontal, so the archival mind is really active. This is one of the most beautiful pieces ever, which is basically this bomber, which we can say looks like something out of Shadow Project, for example, which is then beautifully adornated with stone and with hand-applied pieces. This jacket retails for around $7,000 if I'm correct, but it's really like a fantastic and different way of doing bombers and menswear while still having fun, while keeping a bit of a darker color. This is one of the few items that is black. The rest, as you guys are gonna see, is very colored. You have a play with yellow, and you guys can see from here that there is a clear reference to the inside liner. The inside liner we're gonna see later, but like is applied with the Dutch rope, which is one of the biggest innovations from Massimo Osti. You can also see here in the sleeves in this picture. And the overall concept is like to having a two-in-one jacket, a more of a romantic approach to garments. And the idea is that, you know, you can wear it during spring, you can wear it during autumn, you know, just applying an additional layer that's kept together with the jacket with the Dutch rope. We can also see clearly visible in this beautiful president knit. We can see this beautiful knit piece, which has the traditional vintage Stone Island lines on the wrists, line on the waist. Inside this knit presents also the possibility of an inside liner that's attached with a Dutch rope. An archival piece, this looks like a chenille mesh, which again is the bread and butter of Stone in the 80s and 90s. You can also see how the collection is complete with mitts in the hands, denims that we're gonna discuss about later, with a round bag. Let's never forget the importance of accessories in Stone Island history. And then with a pair of goggles. This is also a nod to vintage Stone Island goggles from like the 1980s, 1990s. This is paying homage to the Italian tradition of performance, sunglasses and eyewear, which of course originated, for example, from race car driving. Think about the CP Company goggles, let's think about the few first person models, let's think about climbing, which we will see was one of the biggest inspiration of Massimo Osti. Beautiful rose pink salmon color, incredibly fun piece, and I think it's really great to see Stone Island having fun again. The field jacket that we saw before, as we can see again, really slick with some archival elements, but overall really balanced. The pop of color is added by the mitts and by the sweater underneath, complete really well the outfit and really have that extra twist of you know, fun that's completed again with a vest. Vests are also amongst the things that Stone Island was doing at the beginning the most. You have, for example, the ice vests that are classic. I love how the silver buttons were introduced and how there is this nod to the past with like a central logo, so a classic. Matching with the denim, you can see a double knit. I would say a nod to the workwear, you know, inspiration, military inspiration behind it all. This is a bit of a unpublished picture of like a different version of the same treatment we saw before with the black puffer. So overall application of stones, pearls and gems over a more traditional field jackets. Of course, it's completed by the shorts. Also the shoes, the boots are from the collaboration, so it's really nice how the whole collaboration was top 360 together with the mitts. A combination of yellow and nice and boxy, are really a fun nod to the past. Accessories are completed with different dimensions, so you have a little pouch bag, we have a hat, which also is something new, some silhouettes which we've never seen before. You can see the sneakers, which again are really climbing inspired. It's great that I've been able to source this fit. Then here we're gonna see some behind the scenes pictures. So there's our, like, let's say in real life pictures. This is the Stone Island leather bomber that I was talking about in relation to Kim Jones. In this picture we can really see that the consistency of the badge is different. Stunning piece. I think this retails for 4,000 euros, 3,900. This is the back, which again has been enriched with elbow pads, which are a classic from like beginners Stone Island jackets. You have to think about the fact that Massimo Osti inspired himself from like military jackets, hunting jackets, which are often reinforced. A nod to Chanel tradition with the double button closing, and how that, you know, of course is a nod, and also the silver metal hardware, which is beautiful. Second coat, we saw the yellow iteration of it before. We can see how this material is heavily inspired by Stone Island, the shimmer material from like 1992 to 1996. Beautiful inside extra liner, which is done in contrast. Yellow jacket that we saw before. Here we can see it better, more like real life. Silver hardware to the buttons. We can see the fastening, and we can also see there is some additional storm flaps that can be adjusted. Functional, really inspired by the past. This is the back of the picture. You can see contrast brown shoulder pads, and also still the pleats, iconic Chanel way, you know, coming from atelier to organize things. This is the bomber. I absolutely love this jacket. I think this is also retailing for like 3 or 4. Military function, easygoing. If you want the yellow version, of course, there's a bit more fun in black. Again, stunning details. This is a deck jacket. I was really impressed by this model. I've never seen it before, and I think this comes from the archival of Stone Island's all layer pockets with this beautiful color, storm flap. You rare guys, let me know if you've seen it before, but like it was fantastic. This is the yellow coach formula, still shimmer kind of vibe that we saw before, with again the inverse contrast liner that can be removed. You can really see the rope that goes over. Colors are complementary. We're seeing some more photo shoots. We're seeing some more details. Footage from the scenes, unedited, unfiltered picture. Brown leather version of the leather bomber we saw before in this fantastic leather version. I think this is retailing closer to 10,000 euros. You can see pants, never seen before. The bags are actually 2 beautiful flight pants with the reinforced pads on the knees, aviation inspired. Close up to like the brown jacket, again beautiful contrast gray stitching, classic leather color, stunning. Of course this is more Dior than Stone Island, but I love it. The detail, I talk about the buttons and how silver hardware was a thing. Before Stone Island actually introduced plastic buttons, they used to have metal buttons like this one for the first 2 seasons, so 82, 83, then in 84, 85 they switched to plastic. You can really see how everything is stitched. This is a close-up on the shoulder pad that I was talking before, and this is the back view, again beautiful and balanced. This is the black version I was mentioned before, so this was like the one wore by Kim Jones to open up the collaboration. Insane. If I had 10,000 euros, I would absolutely get it. Different frame of the glasses, which are really futuristic, but I think are very fun and really true vintage inspired. You can also see it, take a better look at these kind of carpenters double knees that I was talking about before. In this shot we can see they also are taking again the motif of the leather pouch. Then we have the yellow coat, again here in real life, as you can really see how the material is a bit shiny. These are a bit more close up of the Dutch rope system I was talking before. This is the formula steel kind of jacket. You can really see how the hooks go side by side. You can really see the traditional Stone Island instruction brochure, and this is a close-up again on the silk, on the badge, still on the formula shimmer jacket. This is the yellow one again from the back. Taking inspiration from the Stone Island archive, from the CP Company archive, you can really see how every piece has been crafted carefully. So the buttons are different. The one on the left are the buttons for the badges. These one are like the metal additions, and overall those are extra plastic buttons. So I absolutely love the care in every piece. And here applied, and here you can see the Dutch rope in all his power in this behind the scenes. Shoes, often shorts are matched with jackets. And shoes also, you can see the shoes have a countertop. I'm gonna show you later on how they look, but overall stunning. Functionality, you have like actually a string in the back that allows the jacket to be made closer and has a bit more of a tailored look. And you can also see there is like a waistline. Jackets were meant to be worn for longer period of time. These are actually the samples that were created. So you can see all white is directly from behind the scenes, so thank me later. And you can see again how different ideas of pouches were tried. different ideas of badges were tried, and you know, the whole process was looking behind the scenes. The rubber pads, and you know how they're custom and how they're made in leather this time, is standing also in this black iteration. And that's like all the information I was able to gather about jackets. Yeah, you can really see how vintage archival experience has been taken creating these tops. You can see these are tops that have like an opening in their necks, they're adjustable in the bottom, available in these beautiful colors. They have stitched elbow pads, absolutely beautiful. I'm kind of ashamed that like Stone Island hasn't come up with this yet. It's also available in this beautiful baby blue color. Again, stunning, stunning, stunning. I incredibly adore this version, which has like a central pocket and like a neck closing. Insanely like beautiful color. I really, really love this salmon alternative. Also, is also closable here, and this is my personal favorite from the collaboration. I will really try myself to get this one, which is like this pouch in the center, adjustable neck, adjustable here. That shirt is absolutely insane. I love it. I'm afraid it's gonna cost more than 1K, so let's see how it goes with this YouTube business, huh? And then you have the t-shirt. This is like something that people disregarded as a bit boring, as a bit fake looking, and I agree with that. So yeah, we're skipping on this. So we are very posh. We just had a glass of water. As you guys saw, anyways, we were talking before about trousers. So you got shorts, you got carpenters. This is also really present. We absolutely like that. As I mentioned during the overview, this collection really struck me because it's also really filled with shoes. As you guys can see, there is color version, there is sweat version, there is boots version of this kind of climbing inspired La Sportiva shoes. I wasn't expecting this. As you guys can see, it all starts with this kind of like lower brown special inspired shoe, again with the Dior motif. You have this kind of derbies also in yellow. This is like a really fun model. Classic sneakers from Dior, again made in collaboration, still matching the yellow, still matching the vibe. You have these beautiful derbies. This is the black version. They are the most formal shoes, and I think it was time for Stone Island to redeem their shoe wear, because vintage Stone Island shoes, they were inspired by climbing, absolutely beautiful, La Sportiva inspired, let's say. But then modern footwear has sucked. Think about the New Balance collab, that was terrible. So it's really great to see these derbies, and really great to see that these Diors are coming. These again are my favorite shoes if I was able to afford them. These are also beautiful boots, again futuristic but classic. I think they also go really well with the leather jacket that we saw before. The Dior logo in the sole, so really thought to the millimeter. These are like the yellow version, again for summer. You can really see the close-up detail of the sweat version, and you can really go up to the center. So for example, the sneaker that we saw before in yellow are also available in red, matching the vests, and have like this gold to the center. So yeah, I think overall great pair of shoes. My favorite are absolutely the derby, but there is some for everything, and it's really a well thought out collection. I was saying, really thought out collection, and this is really shown in the accessory selection. As you guys can see, you start having this kind of like round bags, which are incredible, made with leather, really speaking volume, you know, of the Dior quality, absolutely incredible. You also have these blankets / blanket holder. This is a nod, you know, like, you know, functionality and ponchos and parkas in the past with this beautiful salmon kit. The vest that you can see is adjustable. Overall, you know, they're really having fun also with the black version, and you really saw, you know, how throughout the collection you had a small bag, you had this front bag, again, different sizes. You had the classic Dior satchel, which again we can see styled with this beautiful, never seen before chore jacket and pants in this beautiful gray, which again, let's keep our eyes open. The round version is available, let's say, from like the small size to the big size, or the kitchen again in our case, but I'm not in the market for it, but it's absolutely stunning. So guys, this was the review. I gathered available all the resources that were available online, so I hope you saw something that you didn't see before. I absolutely had a blast. I think that overall this collaboration is great for Stone Island in the sense of, if we think about what Stone Island is right now, where they're going, it's beautiful to see Massimo Osti and its relevance, him not being forgotten, his role being celebrated. I'm absolutely stunned by the quality, the colors, the fun that, again, this brand is showing through this collaboration, and let's say a hidden side of the brand that, you know, we don't see often. So it was great to see. My personal favorites are the derby shoes and that gray sweater. Collection is not for everyone, it's incredibly pricey, but what it does for the culture is showing that, you know, Stone Island means also something else. And as a Stone Island expert, I am really happy with that. I think can be a great inspiration for a vintage market, for more research. I welcome it even if it's not in my price range. As soon as I make some money, I will be back on it. So I will let you know also, guys, how it goes. We can study together. If you have any question, leave it in the comment. If you have any favorite piece, leave it in the comment. Otherwise, Zamo out. It has been a pleasure. Me and my lemon water, we're gonna leave you. Have a beautiful weekend. See you every Sunday. We post videos every Sunday. There's always fun. And yeah, have a beautiful day. Love you. Bye.